Today I have a slightly different video for you guys. We're going to do a FOGO SCA steak cook-off competition. Talk about what judges are looking for and see who grills the best steak. It's a slightly longer video than usual, but I hope you enjoy it.
So today in this pot we have numbers. We're gonna have 3 teams today, so each one of you is gonna draw a number to figure out what order we're gonna pick our steaks in today. Also, that's gonna determine what grill you get to cook on outside. So let's go ahead and do this. Everybody come in and grab a number. We'll shake this up really good and we'll see who's gonna go first. Okay, so now everybody can show their number. Now we're gonna recap real quick on what the steak selection is gonna be. Everyone is gonna get 2 steaks. So number 1 will pick their first steak. They'll come through and grab the steak of their choice. Number 2, then number 3. Number 3 will then pick their second steak. Then it'll go number 2 and then number 1. So we're gonna do this in the correct order and then we'll reverse it so you can get our 2 steaks. We're only gonna ask you to turn in 1 steak today. So you pick your best steak and that's what we'll turn in. Awesome. Sound good?
Yes.
Normally in regular SCAs you have 30 seconds to choose your steaks.
Let's just go with this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then which we give you
Which one?
Thank you.
Okay. You want to run that one? Yeah, perfect. All right, you grab a pen. All right. Number three.
All right.
You're on a team.
I'm gonna mess it up. Joey, what's a good steak? Can you help me out or you can't say?
We can.
If I was in the supermarket, I'd probably get like one of these 2, right? Yeah.
And why would you get one of those?
Has a nice spinales, a little bit of marbling inside.
We can take a look. And now you see what the steak looks like on this side?
Oh, you can touch it?
And we can.
No,
I'll turn them for you.
Okay.
And we can look at the other side on these steaks. So you see when we turn them, this spinalis is not so good on that side.
Okay.
It looks good on this side.
Yeah.
This one, when you turn it, the
better.
whole steak turns. It changes into a whole different steak.
Let's go for that, right?
There you go. All right, so now you get to come right back right now and make your second steak selection. So you're going to be able to choose 2.
So
Choose 2, cook, and you're going to cook 1.
This looks similar to that one. So
Yeah, but it was broken a little bit here.
Yeah.
Maybe this one looks good too. Look, has a nice spinales, a little bit of marbling. How do you feel?
Can we see this one?
Yep.
There's also that thing about the good
I
amount of
think this one is
spinales.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for that.
This one?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
The winning steak. The winning steak.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay, so we're here, Team FOGO, SCA practice kind of with Team FOGO. And we have Team FOGO from all over here today. So go ahead and introduce yourself and where are you from?
Hi, I'm Rodrigo Soriano. I'm from El Salvador.
My name is Julio and I'm from El Salvador too.
And we both work in the production side of the charcoal business.
Awesome. Now these are the steaks that you picked today, and you're gonna go ahead and trim these up.
Yeah.
You have any questions on what we need to do to trim these steaks properly?
No, we're just ready to eat.
All right, let's do this. So we're here with Team 2 at our FOGO Steak Challenge. Now, where are you from and what's your position with the company?
I'm Michelle and I currently live in Luxembourg and I do e-commerce with my partner here.
Yeah, I'm Luis and I live in El Salvador.
Awesome. And these are the steaks you picked today and y'all are ready to get started.
Yes, we are. We're ready to win.
Now who are you and what do you do at FOGO?
Sebastian, I am, I don't know, what do? I do everything.
El mero mero.
Yeah. I meddle in everybody's business.
Yeah. But you're here in Miami, correct?
Yeah, I'm based in Miami. I pretty much do sales, US sales and marketing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And your partner today?
Alberto?
Oh. Yeah, I live in El Salvador, help Sebastian with the sales side and the interesting part of the business.
Awesome. And I'm Joey, and I'm actually the marketing guy. So I'm here, I'm out of Texas, but it was a very unique opportunity because I get to meet the whole family. Now this is a true family business, and it's spread all over the place. But again, there's one focus of this company. What's that focus?
Make the best possible charcoal. And have fun.
Period. But let's get started. Let's get this going. We've got grills hot outside, and let's see who can cook the best steak.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Go for it. All right, we got all the steaks in.
All right. Smells good.
So we have 3 great steaks from 3 great teams, but
Right,
you're
right.
on one of the teams.
So what, I'm not gonna
happened?
judge. I'm just gonna take
Okay.
notes. You tell me what to.
So we're going to go through here, and we're basically going to go through a rough idea of kind of what SCA normally does. So usually the point system is always on appearance, on doneness, on taste, and also on texture. So normally we looked at last night that there's actually a chart that has the doneness chart. So we all kind of know what that looks like, so we'll kind of base it off of there. But the main thing is we had 3 different types of fuels that we ran. Basically, we had the super premium, we ran on eucalyptus, and then we also ran on the 8.8, which is the smallest of the premium lump,
in
correct?
the chimney. Yeah.
Yep, and that was just a chimney. He wants to be part of the chimney cartel. So anyway, so we went ahead and we got those all cooked. We were fighting the rain, which is
Oh yeah.
so odd in Florida, huh? You
No,
hardly
well,
get
not
rain,
this time
huh?
of the year. It pretty much rains every day.
All right, so we're going to go through. We're only going to do these from a point system of 1 to 5. That's not normal on SCA, but we're going to simplify it for this
All right,
contest. So
Let's do
we're
it,
going to
I'm
go
hungry.
through. We're going to look at them. We're going to look at appearance first. We'll go through.
All right.
We don't know whose these are. The numbers are on the bottom. You probably might know whose they are, but don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
So we're going to
quick.
open these. So it says "Go Big or Go Home." That's probably the name of the event. When we do an SCA, that's
Yeah.
probably what we should call it.
We should do an SCA event in Miami.
That's it. You can only cook on FOGO.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. All right, we'll do that. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at these and see what they look like. Very nice. Really nice. All the marks, all the lines are very, they look very similar. So that means that the temperature, whenever this was flipped, the grates were pretty much at the same exact temperature.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see them where some lights are lighter or some of the lines are lighter, and that, ooh, this one's looks good as well. It's got a little bit more redder color, so I would
What do you think looks better? You know, which one would win between these?
These look really nice. This one has a little bit more of a red appearance.
This shape is better, right? A bit more rounder.
The shape's better, you know, but I'm looking at this right here, and I'm looking at this one actually has, there's the spinalis is a larger spinalis steak, it looks like. Nah, maybe not. This one's kind of in there. We won't know till we really cut them.
Okay.
Let's look at the last one here. This one's very dark.
Burnt.
So, not burnt, it just got a different appearance. So, these steaks are really from three different schools of thought. So we have one that's very, very natural. So it's probably more of a salt, pepper, garlic steak. This one's probably, I'm not sure exactly what seasoning it is, but I would almost bet that it's got some type of a paprika or something with more color into it. Yeah. Again, here with your charcoal, I mean that looks more like charcoal.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it looks like. It's a darker steak, no big deal.
Nice crust.
Let's bring it over here. So I would probably rate this as my highest steak right here. I would probably give this one. Let's call it a 4.5 on this one on appearance. Okay, so this one I would probably call this one a.
So it's kind of just in between the way you assign the marks.
Honestly,
it's not independent. It's considering all of them.
It's right. We're looking at all of them. Normally, you're not going to have an opportunity to look at every single one. The first one you look at, you go, that may be a 3. This one may be a 4. But since we have an opportunity to really look at these and see
you compare it a little bit.
I'm doing some comparative. So I would rate this one more like a 4. This one, because of the color, and honestly, it's not as welcoming as what you have on some of these other ones. So let's do that one, say like a 3.5, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Let's go.
The main thing is doneness is always one of the biggest things, and if we ever have a tie, the person with the best doneness always gets the extra points to push them over a tie.
Okay.
So we're gonna pull this steak out. The idea is
Don't look at all at the bottom.
No, we're not going to look at the bottom.
Okay.
Only what's on top. So normally on a SCA, however you put these in the box, they're going to cut this directly across the hinge right there.
Let's do it.
Same thing here. Directly across. So this steak I probably would have put in the box probably a little more like this to be able to get a little bit more spinalis. But it's there like that, so that's the way we'll cut it. So we're going to pull this one out. Normally we don't. We just cut it right there. But let's bring it out and let's take a look. Texture looks really, really nice. So we're going to take this. Now, again, most of everybody looks like they cooked everything on, they did X's, which is the way that I like to cook. So instead of trying to shoot for diamonds, you just cook it that way first, and then cook it this way, and then you turn it in the box, and all of a sudden you have diamonds.
Yep.
So it works out really well. So we're going to cut this. Again, we're looking for doneness. So we're going to stack these. So that one's nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stack that just like that so we can all take a look at it. I think the doneness on that one is almost perfect. We're going to bring this next steak out. And again, we're cutting this.
Oh, wow. This is also very nice.
This one also very nice.
This is a bit more cooked. But would this rate higher depending on the
Correct.
what they're looking for, right?
Exactly.
It's a bit more cooked than this, but what are they looking for?
I mean, it's once we get to really look at these, I mean, there's no translucent in there. You have a nice
crazy,
color
yeah.
from top to bottom.
Very nice.
Same thing here. I mean, these are cooked so
Yeah,
close.
very similar.
All right, so let's look at this one. So we're going to go ahead and cut just right across, and let's look at that. No, it's actually pretty good as well. So I'm going to let these sit for just a second, because normally what will happen is you'll have a judge who will cut these steaks and get them ready to go for presentation.
Yeah.
So in the meanwhile, it's going to give these steaks a little bit of time to bring the color back into it. The juices are going to kind of reconstitute in there, and it's going to make it a really, really nice presentation. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look.
All right, let's do it.
So on this one, on our score that we would look at on this one, I would say that this one is going to be, this is probably going to be I'm going to call it a 9 on that one. I mean, not a 9, I'm sorry.
Normally a 9.
Normally
Pretty
a
high.
9, because on those they normally have a 7
A grade
to
system,
8
yeah.
system, and then you have, you know, so
It's pretty high up there.
it's pretty high up there.
So
So
4.5 or
let's
something?
call this one a 4.5 right now.
Which this was 8, okay. All right. Wow, they're all very
They're
close.
all
I
very
mean,
close.
Incredible.
Honestly, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change this one to a 5,
Wow.
and I'll give both of these a 4.5.
Wow. Okay.
And like you said, they're very, very nice. Very nice, not overcooked.
Yeah.
Anything else?
This
so
is incredible. Yeah, they look actually pretty
exactly.
amazing.
So now we're going to jump in, and this is going to be the taste part.
So yeah, how you cut it? Just
So all I'm going
piece
to
in
do
the
is
middle?
I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to cut it like this.
in big cubes.
Right, because the opportunity we have now is to have the best part of the steak, which is the spinalis.
All right. All right.
The spinalis is always that lip on the ribeye, which creates the most delicate meat that you're going to have on
So tell me a little bit more about how can I get to be a judge on a steak contest, because it seems like the best job in the world.
Well, actually, for SCA, all you have to do is they do classes all over the country. So the next time there's one in your area, or you watch the website, they'll always post when they're going to be going into the area and doing a judge
and
class.
you don't have to pay for it. It's free basically.
No, you do have to pay. You do have
To
pay.
register, but then when you go
You
to
do.
the competition.
So the classes normally are to become a certified judge. It costs about $60 to go sit at the class.
you get
But
to
guess
eat a
what?
bunch of
You eat a bunch of steak.
Yeah.
You know, you get
And
to
very
meet,
good steak,
You
yeah.
get to meet a lot of great people. Ken and Brett, who are the founders of SCA, are great guys. Known them for a long time. And like you said, they're very passionate about what they do. And again, they're always looking for more and more judges to enter.
And once in the competition, does the judge pay or no?
No,
you
no,
just go and
no.
eat
Once
steak?
you're certified, then they'll.
So the $60 buys you a whole lot of steak.
Correct, exactly.
All right.
So now we're gonna come back and look at something. So we
Yeah.
look. This is where we looked at our doneness earlier.
Yeah.
And so we were very happy with our doneness. Now once we get into the spinalis,
Look at
spinalis is always cooks a little bit more under than what this part's going to be.
Oh, okay.
So you always get a little bit better piece of meat over here anyway.
Okay.
So I like my steaks to be a little bit more on the medium rare side
Yeah.
than the medium side. So these wind up being really, really perfect for me. I'm not a certified judge, but I've cooked a bunch of SCAs and we've
You've
won a
never
bunch.
been to a class, see what they're looking for?
I have sat in the class,
Okay.
but I have never sat through to become a certified judge because
okay.
I think for me that kind of skews it a little bit for me, and then I will change the way that I cook, and I'm pretty happy with the way that I cook.
Yeah.
So here
Okay. Wow,
we
that's
kind of look
incredible.
through there. Everything's very similar.
Yeah.
Like I said, this one tends to be a little bit more of what I'm looking for, but
It's like
I
these
mean,
guys know what they're doing. I
very
wonder how many
consistent.
times they've cooked in an SCA event.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Even though you kind of cooked in one right now, let's both taste these.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Give it back.
I picked the piece that I wanted to taste.
Here you go. It's like, what happened? You stole my piece.
That's really, really nice. Well balanced.
Yep.
I know you got a dog in this hunt, but come on. That's
I don't know which one is my
That's a pretty
steak.
good steak. So again, moving into the next one, as
This
the
is good.
judge, you have the chance to pick whatever piece of meat you want.
Yeah, shouldn't I score this already?
We can.
Well, you should score it.
I'm gonna taste.
I won't say anything.
I'm gonna taste them all first.
Okay. Look at this. Juiciness.
This one's very nice. It's got a little bit more salt in it, which is almost something that I kind of like a little bit more salt. It's a competition, so you want to cook something that people are going to remember. At regular competitions, you eat 30 bites, so
Could this have been like brined and salt?
possibly. But
Yeah.
usually when they do
I
a
like it
salt
salty.
brine, they're going to wash it all off.
But all the taste leaves too? It's just to
Pretty
tenderize
much.
it? Okay. Okay, I thought some of it
To get it tenderized.
And the burned one, yeah. Oh, then one that's...
The burned.
That looks weird.
It's not.
Oh
it's
my
not-
god, look at the bottom of salt. All right.
You definitely get char in it.
Very different. Totally different. I mean, these are similar, more salty than this. This is very different. Has more smokiness in it.
Yeah.
A lot more smokiness. Like beefy smokiness.
Correct. I think here's the thing for me. I honestly believe that this is one that's probably going to do the best in a real SCA.
Yeah.
It's not offensive, what I would call offensive, but it's still
Didn't call your names.
It tastes like beef.
Yeah.
It's got the right amount of salt balance in the back, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just not a bland bite.
Yeah.
This steak is really good, but it's pretty neutral.
It's missing
As you
a little edginess.
if you taste that steak in the middle of tasting all the other steaks, it's going to get forgotten. I really do believe.
Yeah.
I just cut a piece of gristle.
Oh, okay.
So, if a judge gets a piece of gristle, that's going to be a big ding. So that's
Oh,
going to
yeah?
be in your texture side. So,
There was this one, mate.
no, it was this one. So there was just a little bit on the lip. There was a little piece of gristle, and so anyways. But again, I'm selecting the
I don't
pieces.
know who made that bad steak over there.
I'm selecting the pieces of meat that I want because I know what's going to have silver skin or anything else
Yeah.
on there and what's not. If you want to be kind of a very
Stickler.
strict judge, then you go for the bites that are the hard bites that you know that could possibly be an issue.
Super tender.
Yep.
This. No
And
silver
see this
skin.
little silver skin right
Yeah.
there in the middle?
Well, it doesn't do harm.
No.
Okay, taste.
All right. So taste. We're gonna shoot high.
All right.
So I'm gonna give B a 5.
B5.
We're gonna give A a 4.5, and we're gonna give C a 4. Okay, texture. I was with the initial bites that I had on all these.
Nothing
I
was
was-
overly chewy.
No. I was good on all the textures
Yeah.
on all these across the board. Like I said, I had actually pulled the piece that I was gonna have off of this steak, and that was that's the bite that I'm gonna go with.
Do you think it would change? Like, I mean, everybody's using the same choice ribeye steak. Would the texture
But that's
change
the,
a lot?
that's the advantage
On
of
the-
this because it is all the same.
Yeah.
It's as level playing field as you're
But,
gonna
but
get.
so depending on how you cook, would the texture change?
Oh yeah, because again, remember when we were cutting the ribeyes?
Yeah.
We have one side that's got what's the tri-hearts that's got
Oh,
you know
yeah.
a lot of spinalis
So
in
that's
it.
a bit softer, tender.
Right, and then you get to the other end, and
Yeah.
that becomes a tougher piece, and you have more of that eye grows
Okay,
in that
okay, okay,
section,
okay.
and you have less of that really tender
Alright.
lip meat in there. So again, like I said, all these were very good. I don't think anyone had a better texture than the other, to be very
Yeah, it was
honest.
very similar.
So I mean, let's go ahead and cross the board, and let's give everybody 5s on texture
Alright.
because I think that was great.
Home run.
Yep.
And this was a choice ribeye steak.
Yeah, it was a choice ribeye. And I think it was just from Costco, right?
Do I tally it up?
Yes, let's tally.
Do you
it.
have a calculator?
Don't have a calculator. I thought we were gonna have a tie.
I have a clear loser.
No, but that's okay. Like I said, right now, the nice thing about state competitions
The important thing is we learn.
it's experimentation. If I wouldn't have been here and you would have had someone who wasn't really familiar, that might have been their favorite steak. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like I said, I've been able to cook all across the country at all these different SCAs. I've seen all these different techniques. I've seen what works. I've seen what doesn't work. You know, and like I said, I always come back to making it taste like steak.
Yeah.
You know, at the end.
All
of
right,
the day.
let's reveal. The
All right,
winner.
so
B.
we're gonna reveal. So
Team B.
Let's-
Well,
let's
we don't
do-
know who Team B is. Let's see.
let's do Team B. So actually, on the
It
bottom of
is.
these boxes, we've got it's
Team
number 2.
2.
Team 2.
Come forward, Team 2.
All right. Come on up here real quick.
Can I try it?
Yes. And I would encourage everybody
Yeah,
to
get this big one.
taste all the different pieces.
Can you get in there, guys? This is likely the best steak. It doesn't do well on your score. They have to readjust.
Well, again, it's flavor profiles. It is understanding the little char piece can be a little off-putting
Yeah.
if it's not done. You know, if it's just overdone a little bit, it'll just give it too much of a punch.
you can taste literally the fire. You know how we
Correct.
like grilled it on the fire, there were flames everywhere?
Yeah.
You can feel that little the steak itself is not burned.
No.
But you have
No,
that.
no.
You know when the grease drips into the fire and you get a
Exactly.
little bit of that taste.
And you
That's
catch it
what
off of the, off that grill grate. The unfortunate thing about a grill grate is it gives you great lines, but it amplifies that little piece in just certain sections.
Yeah.
That'll like really make it stand out.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I mean, it was a great steak. Had nice salt on it. Very happy with that.
Thank you.
So then we're going to go back to A. A was, we can't read it.
Yeah, disqualified.
It's folded.
Oh.
He folded it.
Is it one? Let's see. Let's make sure.
Who's that? It was team 3.
I don't
Beto,
know.
team captain.
No, that's. I tell you what, they were all good. Hey, big congratulations, because y'all cooked the best steak.
Good job, guys.
And like I said, it's kind of one
Very
of those
close.
deals. It
Look,
was
you
so
were
close
just half a point
on where
behind.
it was. And I think really for this particular
Just
one,
more
it would have
salt?
just been just a tad more salt.
Yeah.
And I
What do
think
you guys
it would
put
have been
for
crispy.
wraps?
Mimi did it.
Salt, pepper, the
The fajita seasoning.
fajita seasoning, and a little bit of the red one to bring color, but I guess it didn't really pop up.
Yeah, I don't know which
We
one
would
it is.
Just put
It's,
salt, pepper, a little bit, a hint of onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika.
Yeah.
Oh, almost very similar.
Yeah.
A little bit more salt, I
Nothing
guess.
else.
Oh, you did the salt briny.
No, yeah, but it was
Another steak.
But again, it was just a little bit more pronounced salt.
Okay.
And like I said, it's one of those things that again, if you look at both of these, they're very, very similar on this side. This one's got just a little bit more color on that side, to be real honest.
Look, this is like identical twins.
And but anyways, but like I said, I mean
happens
that's
to that
what
one?
it is. This one's gone.
Co-team chef.
nice.
But again,
All right.
the nice thing about these steak cook-offs is you have to practice.
Yep.
And there's not a whole lot of people who don't want to eat steak. What we find back home is, we cook a lot of barbecue, do a lot of barbecue contests, and people get tired of eating barbecue, but they never get tired of eating steaks.
Yeah. All right, let's
beautiful.
wrap this up before we go into the second hour of this video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I think let's do a steak competition in Miami. It's gonna
I
be
think
amazing.
so. Let's bring it to Miami.
Yeah.
I don't
This
think
is
there's
fun.
ever been one past Orlando, so I think that would be a cool thing. We can kick around some ideas of what we can do. Maybe we could turn the winner into one of our brand ambassadors.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be kinda cool.
We'll think about like a
Yeah.
cool gift, a cool win for you guys.
That's it. Or we can
All
give
right.
them a pin,
With FOGO branded.
FOGO branded pin.
All right, guys. Yeah, I hope you
Thank
enjoyed
you.
this episode. It was a bit different than what we usually do,
But we
But-
got to bring everybody in because we've got the
Yeah.
we've got the whole FOGO family here.
but a lot of useful information, a lot of cool stuff. Thank you, Joey, for coming.
Yeah. No, thank you for the
Uh,
invitation.
And I hope I see you again next week. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
There you
Bye.
go. Bye bye. Peace.